Hello everyone, I'm Justin, and for today's video, we're going beyond the boundaries. Play the music.
孤独な頬を濡らすけど
Today, we're talking about an anime that is well known for its quality in animation. That is because of the well-known Kyoto Animation working on this project, as well as its banger opening and ending. But today, I want to go beyond that, and talk about the content of the anime. Because after watching the 12-episode run, the OVA, and the 2 movies, I can say without a doubt that the plot is disappointing to say the least. But before we go too deep, I want to give a spoiler warning, as I'll be talking about the many inconsistencies of the series, as well as some plot points and the ending, while also giving some information about the light novels, so keep that in mind. So what is Kyoukai no Kanata, or Beyond the Boundary? Well, the story follows Akihito Kanbara, a half-yomu, half-human that is basically immortal, as well as Mirai Kuriyama, a spirit world warrior that has been cast away as cursed because of her ability to control her blood to create blades and disintegrate flesh. They both live in a town protected by the Nase family and kill yomus in order to sell their cores for money. During the whole run of the anime, they fight some strong yomus and discover secrets about the mysterious yomu known as Kyoukai no Kanata that lives inside Akihito, and fight against the mysterious Miroku Fujima of the Spirit World Warriors Observation Department. And honestly, the premise by itself doesn't look that bad. If it was a bit more fleshed out, it would have been a great story. But the show has few issues that not only lower its quality, but also make the story hard to follow. Let's start with the obvious issues. The inconsistencies in the story that are in plain sight if you have watched everything from the anime, OVA, and movies. You will find out that Izumi Nase, the leader of the Nase family, know about Miroku, as he gave her the yomos in her body to make herself stronger. But during their first meeting in the anime, they talk as if they have never seen each other before. Of course, you can say that they were pretending not to know each other, but honestly, there was no real reason to do that. At least they could have pretended to be acquaintances. And honestly, most of the story of the OVA is basically inconsistent with the anime. Why was Akihito living alone in a house, and why were there people trying to kill him if his mother was a spirit warrior? This is especially weird with the other strong yomu working as an appraiser, and that was okay for them. What happened to him wanting to die, and why was this never mentioned after? And this not only happens in the OVA, but also in the movie. How was Mirai infected if her blood literally corrodes yomus? Why when Mirai comes back, she looks okay, but suddenly she doesn't know who she is? Who are the girl and her mother in the kimono? I guess these last 2 questions are a bit explained, or at least you can guess them, but a half-assed explanation always bothers me more than no explanation at all. On the other hand, we have the story, that is based off the light novels. Or that's what I would like to say. But after doing some research, I found out that the light novel only has 3 volumes, and unfortunately, the story was still being written when the anime came out, so the only obvious solution was to create their own story after episode 3. If you want to know what happens in the light novel, from what I had heard, it becomes kind of a war with the observation department, and the yomus become a secondary plot point. On the other hand, the anime focuses mainly on the strong yomus like the Hollow Shadow and the Kyoukai no Kanata, and culminating with Miroku as a kind of last antagonist. Overall, I personally think that the story would have benefited from a 24-episode run to develop more the characters and the world, because personally, I think that the world was interesting with the world of the yomus, the observation department, and the different abilities and bloodlines, but ultimately they decided to rush the story, focusing on important plot points without giving the proper development time, which not only made it feel rushed, but also inconsistent with the personalities, giving the feeling that rather than the characters moving the story was moving the characters. This is especially weird when they even gave 1 episode of fan service rather than focusing on developing the characters. Overall, Kyoto Animation has never disappointed us with their quality on animation, and I will always remember that transition at the end of each episode to finish with the ending song. But the lack of character development, The multiple inconsistencies, the decision to go with an original story and the decision not to go through with a good world building made this interesting story to fall down from a possible 9 out of 10 to a forgettable 5 out of 10 anime that I would consider as possibly the worst of Kyoto Animation. And with that said, we come to the conclusion of this anime review. Let me know what you guys thought of Kyoukai no Kanata. Did you guys think I was too rough on them, or was the story actually bad? Let me know in the comments below. Until then, see you guys next time.